Ladies and gentlemen, the topics of the night are Roe versus Wade is overturned by the Supreme Court, Twitter has a meltdown, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez yells at the sky. Welcome. This is the Phoenix Legion podcast.
Hello.
All right. Well, welcome. I appreciate everybody taking the time to watch us tonight. We have a lot to talk about. So I would like to welcome my podcast partner, Nadine. She is from Multifaceted with Nadine on YouTube, and she is Hope Warrior 615 on Twitter. And you can also follow her on Instagram at I forget what it is off the top of my head.
Chesney 615.
That's right. Chesney 615. I'll get there. It's about routine.
The only reason that one's different is because it's just been that on Instagram forever. So,
well, you said it's a little more business based or something.
Yeah,
like
so
that, right? So
it's mostly my makeup. I'll do some reels. I definitely post the stories all the time because Twitter doesn't allow you to post content with music. So if you miss my singing videos,
that's right.
Go to Instagram and you can watch my stories because I just sing in the car all day long while I'm out doing my shit.
That's right. They've been copyright striking people on Twitter. I forgot about that.
I don't need to lose my account, so I don't. People would be like, "I love your singing videos," and I'm like, not my choice. I would there.
Well, the good news is that, and this is actually in other news, other than what we're going to be talking about literally all night. The Mrs. says, hello, Nadine and Ryan. Hello to the Mrs. R2. Yes. She's such a great person. She's so awesome. They actually had a ladies' night on Inside the Booth this last Monday night. Excuse me, where they discussed macho male movies, from like the 80s and 90s. Yeah, no, it was I recommended
I've probably seen them all.
What did I recommend they watch? I'm gonna have to I've slept once since then, so all right, I will figure it out later. So actually in good news, yes, Twitter shareholders have accepted Elon Musk's bid for Twitter. There are still a couple more loopholes holding the deal back, but it looks like it is probably going to eventually end up closing. Obviously, a $41 billion acquisition is quite a large chunk. So they still need to figure out the number of bots on Twitter, and given the fact that I think many of us have ran up against some opposition of certain topics, there's definitely bots on Twitter.
That's more than likely why I'm like, why is my follower count going down by 10 a day? It's weird, but it was probably just all bots.
Yeah, no, there was when the news came out within I think 24 hours. I know a lot of prominent people. Look, I'm a very little fish in a very large pond on Twitter. I have a little over 200.
Yeah.
But you're in the neighborhood of 1,800 or 1,600?
I'm almost 4,000.
Oh, never mind.
I'm whatever.
So you are a medium fish.
Hold on. Let me look. 3,880 exactly.
Yeah, there you go. So the fact that larger content creators and personalities and even medium-sized ones are losing followers is okay. In other news, we're going to so Top Gun has crossed just this last week the $900 million mark, which is awesome. It's a phenomenal movie. If you have not seen it, go see Top Gun Maverick. You will not be disappointed. Definitely support the movie. It has no shenanigans in it from a real world social and political spectrum. But they are coming back to certain IMAX theaters, so that's definitely going to probably bump
Cool.
them over 1 billion. Also, Jurassic World is the #1 movie in the country currently, and I think last weekend, yeah, it was last weekend, it crossed 600 million, so it's probably hard charging over 700 by now. So anyway,
Um,
we'll ask Nadine, how have you been? How was your week? Busy?
it was good. Work was like semi busy. I don't know, just normal stuff. Summer, laying outside,
Yeah.
doing my thing. Got a massage today. I did see the new Doctor Strange movie last night. So it was on Disney Plus. So my
That's
son was
right.
like, "Can we watch that?" And I was like, "Heck yeah." So I made us some popcorn and we hung out last night and watched it. And I thought it was good.
Okay.
I liked it.
What were some of your favorite parts?
Um,
Or you and you guys together, what were some of your
it's
the parts
hard.
that you were excited about?
It's hard for me to remember because I watch things these days. Like, because I've seen so many movies, I watch things and then I forget them. Same thing as with books. Like, I'll read it, I'll be like, I loved it. And people will be like, what did you like? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like, I read it. I will say, I did tear up when Professor X rolled out. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, because I had no idea. And then my son was like, why did you tear up when that old guy came out? I'm like, you know who Charles Xavier is. I'm like, we need to get you watching X-Men, dude. I'm like, because I'm like, he's like one of my favorites ever. So that was good. I know while I'm watching the movies too, like if I put a movie that I'm watching like on Twitter, then people comment on it and stuff like that. And then someone was saying about like Scarlet Witch, like, well, she's stealing somebody else's kids or she's trying to steal somebody else's kids. I'm like, yeah, but they're technically still her kids. Like, even though it's a different, like, parallel universe, it's still kind of like you. And then I was like, if you really want to talk physics and like how multiverses work, I'm all up for it. And then the dude was like, I'm at work right now. I can't. And I was like, okay. Because technically speaking, it is kind of like you, but I guess it's kind of not. But I did think that her little lesson, like it sucked, but in a way where, he was like, just let her do her, like, this needs to happen for her to see like what she's doing, even though she's so passionate and she wants it so much that like it's not hers to have.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of, as a mom, that kind of hit me. And then, her loss, like, she doesn't have her husband anymore. She doesn't have her fabricated children. And so now she really realized she's all alone, which was really sad.
R2 says howdy.
Howdy.
He also says the multiverse, what a grift. Well, okay. So so obviously one of the reasons that you and I started this is because you are the everyday public. You are someone who, well, for the most part, I'm not trying to like generalize.
No, you're not downplaying anything.
Yeah, no, you don't
pay attention to whatever the hell I feel like. So.
Yeah, no, you probably know more about Star Wars than you do about the MCU. There were some issues, which no, quite frankly, I'm not going to I'm not going to bash you on. It was a visually stunning movie.
Yeah,
it had a lot of action to it. There were things about it I liked, and there were some character and lore issues I didn't like, and that was probably my biggest gripe. Is the character and lore issues. And I'm, it's kind of funny.
Was it like the Christine thing or?
Yeah, that bothered me. Because hey Daniel, what's up, buddy? It did bother me that Christine kind of got married. She knew that, after everything that Stephen Strange had been through, and she goes and marries another guy. Now, it was super funny. He was like a super fan, and he was like, "Oh, I'm such a huge fan of yours." And it's, I think the two most heartfelt moments of that movie was when Dr. Strange told Christine Well, when he saw the other Christine,
Yeah, the
who
redheaded Christine.
yeah, I liked her a lot, and they kind of went
Yeah.
through the adventure, and
And
he
then he was
actually,
like, "Come with me," and she's like, I would, but I
yeah,
can't."
and I really wanted that to happen because that was
You
magical.
don't know that it can't or
Well,
it won't.
that's true. It's true. It was magical
You might like
chemistry
his three
between.
eyes.
Well, that's because that's uh the 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 Darkhold. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's because the Darkhold, which he had thought he had destroyed. So anyway,
Mhm.
so I really like to see the interaction between Rachel McAdams and Benedict Cumberbatch again, because they're both very good actors.
I know. I love
They
her
have
so much.
she's if I there's one, she's like my Hollywood crush as like an adult. Like if there's one Hollywood actress I could take on a date at any moment, it'd be her. I know that's
She could play like serious roles. She's funny too. Like,
and she sings.
does she? Wait, what is it that she's singing? She did sing
She
in something.
she sang in the Eurovision movie.
Oh, see, and I didn't see that. I started
Yeah,
watching it when it came out, and then I missed it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's what my main channel kind of when
Yeah.
the movie came out, I was just so encompassed by it, and I was like, what is this? It was such an awesome movie.
Some people said that I look like her.
I can see
I'm like, I'll take it.
I can see the facial structure. She was hilarious in Mean Girls. Yes, that was
I love her in
beautiful.
Wedding Crashers too. Wedding Crashers
Yeah.
is like one of the best movies ever.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
The meatloaf. Fuck.
I like it when Vince Vaughn punches Bradley Cooper, who plays the douche.
Yes.
He just jaw jacks him, and he's like, tell that to the Dalai Lama, bitch. Yeah.
That movie has like so many good one-liners. It's so great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yes, love Wedding Crashers.
Yes, such a
absolutely.
Good one.
What else?
Oh, the neighbors are rocking out again.
You going to the party again tonight?
No, this is it. Another neighbor that's
wow.
blasting me. This is a neighbor on the other side that started rocking out.
I've like there have been some slight pictures where you live. I'm surprised your neighbors are like that. I guess rock and rollish.
Oh,
because you look like you live in a very, very small, like very old school.
There's quite a bit of older people.
Brick houses and stuff like that. Very, very classical, very early America, because obviously, where you live is much more early America than where I live.
Right.
So, he says, I'm going to my room to paint. I so forgot about that.
And he's like this.
Oh, I so forgot about that. And what's her Isla?
And then when the mom, she's like touch him, and then he does, and then she's like, pervert.
yeah, tummy sticks. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh
She's
my
like,
god. I'm keeping the painting, Todd. It was a gift.
That's Jane Seymour. And
yes,
to go from Dr. Quinn, medicine woman, to that.
Oh.
And she's like, so and so doesn't give a shit about my tits.
And then you have Christopher Walken, the dad. Like,
oh, I know.
Freaking classic.
Dude, that's
classic.
When did that movie come out? What was it?
Oh my god.
2000 and
maybe
2006? 7?
Yeah, 0506, something like that.
Someone there.
I'll never forget. Remember when you used to actually have like a voicemail, like you would leave a little thing, or like you would have music.
Yeah.
And then I actually recorded. I stopped it right in the right spot, and then I played it and I recorded it on my phone. Where he was like, "This is John." Whatever. And then like one of my supervisors from work called me for something, and then I went to work and she's like, I tried calling you, but it was some John's phone number. And I'm like, no, it's a joke.
Yeah,
It's from Wedding
yeah,
Crasher.
yeah. You could mirror image people's numbers.
Well, no, she just called my voicemail, and that was like, instead of me being like, hey,
Oh,
it's Nadine, it was like,
well,
this is John. Whatever.
well. Around the same time, you could actually clone people's phone numbers and send it to somebody else and call. Like, yeah, that was.
Yeah.
We did that. I know some people who did that a couple times in the
Crazy
military.
times.
Also, it came out at the same time when you could like do recordings on phones, and I had my barracks mate, that we slept. We got a stage 5 clear. Yes. I need to rewatch that again. It's so funny.
It is.
When The Grudge came out, I was overseas in Germany, and I watched it with my roommate, basically my my battle buddy or whatever. And we got pizza and we watched it and like freaked us all out and stuff like that, because it's kind of freaking movie if you turn the lights off, you're watching it. And so I did. I recorded into my phone because you could start recording
the sound.
Yeah, you could start recording sounds. Yes. And so I recorded the sound and I snuck into his side of the barracks room.
Oh
It was walled off, and I poked in and I put it right next to his alarm clock, and it was like. And he sat up. And I can't believe I just remember this. I haven't thought about this in years. He sat up in bed with his arms spread, like he literally, and he was like he heard it.
No.
And this was the morning after I screwed with him.
Oh my god.
Oh, so funny. If you watch The Ring, it takes 7 days to get over.
Oh my god.
The Ring was a great movie.
It definitely was good. I mean,
had Naomi Watts in it, who's very attractive.
Yeah,
she was in Peter Jackson's King Kong, which is a great movie.
That was such a good one.
I love that movie.
I haven't seen that one in a while. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was so good. Pearl Harbor was actually a really good movie too. I know a lot of people are like, I
remember seeing it, but I don't like. I didn't.
Ben Affleck, Josh Hartnett, and the beautiful Kate Beckinsale, which I do have a Comic-Con picture with.
Nice.
Yeah. Well,
when Underworld came out, everybody said I looked like her, but I also did have short black hair, so I guess I just look like everybody.
Yeah. You did what? I fell asleep watching it in the theater? What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh my god.
When I watched The Ring. He's banned from the show. You're banned from the show. Get out. Get out.
That's it.
Like what's wrong with you? I don't have anything funny I need to update the clip videos. Okay, so we have kind of talked about some fun stuff. Now into the giant raging salt mine. Okay.
You guys ready? Are you ready?
The dialogue.
Are you ready, kids?
15-year-old girls. It wasn't that bad. And Daniel says, "I love Naomi Watts in King Kong remake, which also great film. Yes, and they had a video game, which I do have for the PS2. It was a great game, and I plan to stream it one day because I do like streaming old video games. But here we go. We are gonna go get into the salt. This is from MSNBC. I think so. Hold on. I'm gonna make us. That didn't work. The hell was that? Hold on. What?
Whoa.
We have somebody in the chat that says, "Do y'all like the country Iraq?"
And they just said Iraq like 18 times and in caps too. They're yelling it.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with the country of Iraq. I don't necessarily like the legacy. Yeah, and R2, I know you're not a moderator because we're on Nadine's channel. Okay. So let me hold on.
That's okay.
We're gonna hold on. We're gonna hold on because I want to see if this pans out to be somebody like legitimate who doesn't speak English. I don't think it is though. I think you have a bot. Yeah. Hose being mad. Jesus.
Oh my god.
Yeah. When JT says, "Hey, what's up, JT?
Hose man.
I like my wife's rack." Correction. I love it. I don't. Did we cover something like that?
We did not.
He says, "Hey, JT."
Oh, get it?
Oh,
nice rack.
Legion has a nice rack. Shut the fuck up, JT.
Oh god.
Yeah. Okay. I think we have a bot. So I'm going to block said user. Goodbye. You know, I don't like to block people. I don't know what that was. Apparently you're prettier than I am because you get weird bots. I don't know.
Yeah, I do. I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So no. Oh yeah. No. We're gonna. Here we go. Legion, I get jokes. Yeah, you get jokes. Shut up. So in the aftermath of Roe versus Wade, Southern California protests in the wake of a Roe v. Wade reversal. One day after the Supreme Court ended constitutional protections for a schmortion that have been in place for nearly 50 years, demonstrators are set to continue a series of protests through downtown Los Angeles to voice fear, grief, and outrage at the decision. Now, I want to make something very clear because this is something that definitely needs to be made very clear. The overturning of Roe v. Wade is not going to affect the state of California because the state of California is very liberal. What the overturning of Roe v. Wade does is that it takes out bad precedent that was put in 50 years ago. So Roe v. Wade was decided on the grounds of stare decisis, which is the previous precedent. So what they did back then, I think it was 7 versus 2, 7-4, 2 against. The precedents before, or stare decisis, ruled that the 3rd, 4th, 9th, and 14th Amendment actually allowed Roe v. Wade to be a constitutional right. It is not. There is no wording in the Constitution for the right of an abortion. There is schmortion. Sorry. They really attacked Arizona's capital last night in Phoenix. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's Phoenix. The city I was born in, by the way, I was born in Phoenix, but I was raised in Colorado. I'm so glad I don't live in Phoenix anymore. That being said, the 14th Amendment actually lends I believe it's the right to privacy, which, yes, it is. There are certain parameters to the rights of privacy, but there are specific rights to privacy, not a general broadening of the right to privacy. So what they did is they took a narrow term and they blew it up, and in the 14th Amendment's sake. 14th, yeah, okay. Sorry, a lot of information. So anyway, moving forward, Roe versus Wade was actually put in as a precedent, which enacted it to become a ruling, which made it a law, which was an unconstitutional law. So because the Supreme Court is not there to rule in favor of precedents that are, I know it's so boring. Sorry.
It's
okay. You're like, I promise I'll wrap it up. Okay, so the Supreme Court's job is to rule on the basis of a constitutional law, period, based on the Constitution, the federal rights, the Bill of Rights, all that. That's their whole entire. They're not to meddle in anything else. They're not a legislature, and that's how they acted in the event of Roe versus Wade. They acted like a legislature, which is obviously the House, the Senate. That's where they're supposed to go with that. Anyway, back to the article because we already got. So anyway, this will put the vote to states. California is a sanctuary state. Nothing will change. So it's super ironic to see this photo of these weirdos, like literally dogpiling on the interstate. And yes, they attacked the interstate. They were attacking cars. They were blocking it. The cops actually had to do their job. So The We Won't Go Back protest started at 10 a.m. Saturday in Grand Park, hosted by a coalition of local activists and drew around 200 people. Woohoo. 200 in Los Angeles? You guys are losers. Another protest was planned for 1 p.m. outside the federal courthouse on First Street. Protesters that rally took to the streets once again, making their way into the streets in front of the city hall and blocking traffic and, Spring Street from Temple Street. You do not have the right to block traffic.
Yeah.
That is disorderly conduct. The LAPD updated. Pedestrian demonstrators have now entered the 101 freeway off ramp from Broadway Avenue. Avoid the area and use alternate routes if possible. Continue to monitor for updates. We are going to scroll down. Where was the video? There was a video. Okay. We are going to watch this video and here we go.
We saw some of that outrage given voice across LA area last night. Protesters clashing with police, marching on city streets, and even blocked a busy freeway. And more demonstrations are planned for later today. Let's get to NBC4's Annette Ariola. She's live in downtown LA this morning where one of those rallies will happen. Good morning, Annette.
Hey there, good morning, Ocala. Hello, everybody. Yeah, that demonstration scheduled to kick off here at Grand Park at 10 o'clock this morning. And we saw a lot of people taking to the streets yesterday where emotions were running quite high. Take a listen.
But we saw some of that outrage.
I don't know why I have to say this, but this is not acceptable. Like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah,
we saw some of that out.
It's a bird's eye view from News Chopper 4 as it flew away.
Sorry, my fault. It cut off too soon.
Some of the protesters were lighting.
Here we go. We'll finish it. That unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Some of the protesters were lighting up fireworks as hundreds of people rallied in downtown on Friday, and it prompted the LAPD to declare an unlawful assembly around 9 p.m. after a firework was launched into a crowd. Police then began shouting for demonstrators to leave the area.
Numbering in the thousands walking on the northbound side of the 110 freeway. Some of them even walking on the center divider between both the north and the southbound sides.
And here's a bird's eye view from News Chopper 4 as it flew over a growing group of protesters in downtown who decided to walk off the streets and onto the 110 freeway. LAPD officers were able to clear the lanes by 10 p.m. Those demonstrators had already dispersed. Now, the police department says the vast majority of those involved in the protest last night were peaceful and law-abiding citizens. There were people that were detained, but only one arrest was made. Again, today's rally scheduled to begin at 10 o'clock this morning here at Grand Park. That's the very latest reporting live from downtown. And
none of what we just witnessed was peaceful and orderly within the law. None of it. Not a single bit of it.
You're not supposed to walk on a highway.
No, that's disorderly conduct. You are not. Hold on.
You're not even supposed to walk on the side of the road on a highway.
On a freeway. No, it is illegal to walk on a freeway. Yes. Like you're not allowed to bike on the side.
Why light off fireworks into a crowd?
Yeah,
where you're going to hurt people.
And then the police are trying to push them back, and protesters grab. You could see one of the officers, batons, grab it out of his hand, and aggress towards him. That is grounds for
just force.
Lethal force. Thank you. This is okay.
You're not supposed to grab an officer's weapon, but
they won't do it. It's LA. They won't do it. They'll let them burn the city. They'll let them hurt cops. I heard that just a little while ago the death toll is 2 people dead, 14 injured already just from the previous night. This is horse shit. It's horse shit.
But like we said, it has nothing to do with your state.
No, it has nothing to do with your state because this goes now to the states for them to decide. So like Florida, I live in Florida. We have a 15 week ban, which is actually more liberal than actually most of the states in Europe, which has a 12-week abortion ban. 15 weeks is literally almost 4 months. If you cannot figure out you're pregnant in almost 4 months, you are a retard.
Yeah.
You're a fucking retard.
I knew within 2 weeks.
And who's had kids here? Raise your hand. Oh, wait, Nadine's had kids. There we go.
Actually, I was pregnant 3 times.
There it is. Nadine knows all about having children and being pregnant. And she's like, you can't figure out within the, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. You start to feel a little weird by like week into the second week. You're like, something's odd.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea. I don't know.
Some people start throwing up and stuff. I didn't start throwing up. I just felt strange. I was like, something's weird.
Yeah, like I don't know what that's like. I don't have a uterus.
Yeah,
I'm not. It's really funny that like a week ago, most people couldn't identify what a woman was, but now women's rights are under attack.
But then we have to also remember, like, posts that I have seen that you can't just say women's rights, because this is also a trans woman's right issue or trans people issue.
It started to creep into that too, just within like
Here's
less than
one.
a day.
Here's one that I was baffled. There's so many things that's like out there that I'm just I question things. Oh wait, this is a different one from today. Where is it? Okay.
Slight context. Nadine has been screenshotting weirdo Twitter posts about all this. And she's like, I've been screenshotting stuff all day for like content. I was like, you do you, girlfriend. Go ahead.
This one I don't know, people are just like saying things, just like making shit up and saying things just to get noticed. I noticed it on Facebook too. People and contradicting themselves.
Yep.
So this one, I don't get it. If somebody watching understands what this means, please elaborate, because I'm lost. So this person, who I will not say who it is because we don't want to give them any light. It says disabled pregnant people, especially queer and trans, poor, BIPOC, sick disabled people, will die because Roe was overturned. The stakes aren't just politics or economics or quality of life. Some disabled pregnant people just learned that they are going to die. They fucking matter. I'm sorry. If you're literally that sick and disabled, why are you fucking? I don't get it.
Oh, and just for the record, I found out that is that queer, if you identify as queer, you're a member of the special group, but you can also be straight. Like, so you can say, oh, I'm queer because I don't know who I'm attracted to, but you can still sleep with women. So I identify as queer now, and if women don't sleep with me, it's because you hate LGBTQ people.
That's it.
That's it.
They're phobic.
That's it right there. They're phobic.
Fuck
them.
Yeah. But yeah, that I don't understand any of that. What is it? What is disabled people? Yeah. I was like, what is this? Here, shall we go on? I only got a few. I don't got like a million.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I liked mine because see, I don't like to get too spicy on things. I like to be unnoticed when I say things because I don't need people attacking me and stuff. I did shut somebody up today though, but mine was Morgan Freeman voice. And all of a sudden, 90% of American women forgot about gas prices.
I did see that one.
I mean,
I also saw the one that said that the majority of Americans, sorry, I bumped my mic, have forgot about gas prices.
Yeah. Oh, well, all of a sudden, nobody's worried about gas prices.
R2 says the Andy No tweets. Yes, Andy No is he is an Asian gay man who is in the media, and he gets constant death threats, and he's been chased by Antifa and actually beat up by Antifa.
Yeah, that was last year, wasn't it? Or not last year, 2020?
2020. Yeah. What? I don't understand it. Yeah, no, I know.
It makes no sense.
He said, JT, yes, please. I saw that. Anna Navarro of The View today said her 57-year-old disabled brother should have been aborted.
Oh, that's kind of her.
Oh, I'm looking that up right now.
That's
now.
kind of her.
Nadine, yeah.
Here's a lighter one. Here's a lighter one.
No,
This
go
one-
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, you look that up, and I will go with this
yeah.
one I saw today. So this person, let me just say that in her username, it has FDoll. So it says, you ready? As long as there are legislators creating obstacles to reproductive health, I'll not be able to make another cream pie vid. My body reacts horribly to hormonal birth control, and until it's improved, I cannot have come inside me because abortion isn't protected where I live. Yeah.
Sweet mother of God.
What is going on?
Apparently.
Where's another one?
I'm so glad this is not a family-friendly show because
Yeah.
that is just
That one was like, whoo.
no.
Oh.
What the hell are you talking about?
And there was this one, somebody saying that they would wish people would stop using the scenarios of the R word or incest as a sole premise for abortion. A woman
Great.
doesn't have to be in a traumatic situation for it to be reason enough. And then this one said, no one is saying that. The choice that a woman makes regarding pregnancy is none of yours, mine, or anyone else's business. The Supreme Court totally overstepped their bounds, and state lawmakers have no right to dictate what the choice should be. But the Supreme Court should.
That makes that makes no sense.
Contradictions. And people don't realize, like, when it's up to the state, who gets to decide? You do. You're the voter. You get to vote for it.
Yeah. Apparently
If you want it, when it comes time to vote for it.
Okay.
You've been given the power. You are given the power for your own state, but we're just gonna cry.
Yeah, and no, because we elected our legislators, like our representatives, and
who represent us in our choices.
Yeah, and guess what? When you vote, there are questions on the ballot about what you think about this law. Like, do you support this law? Do you not like this law? They put it in every single worded form in English. Like, this law
or in another language if you don't speak English.
R2 said Legion checking the twatter DMs. Yeah, it is twatter.
Like, that's the thing where I don't understand how people are collectively losing their minds over the fact that the federal government is basically saying, hey guys, we're giving you this power for you to decide for yourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're saying you would rather the government have like the federal government have complete control.
Now look, I'm going to play slight devil's advocate. I understand the people who live in a state that leans a certain direction, that now they have what are called trigger laws that have been on the books for previously or have been recently passed, that now that Roe v. Wade is it has been repealed, those schmortion laws, those trigger laws are going to go in effect like that for the most part within a week. Some immediately, some within a week. That they need to be some need to be approved by their attorney general of the state.
So what are these? I don't understand.
Many of the states have reduced the time frame for for getting an abort to 6 weeks. And there are about, not all of them, there are 26 states that have enacted restrictions. I'd probably say 2/3 of them are going for, half to 2/3 are going for the 6-week ban. Some of them a little bit higher than the mark, and then a couple small ones. I think maybe 3 or 4 of them are outright just saying no to this. Just nothing. So I understand for those residents that live there, if you are in a, let's say, precarious situation, but there's also things on the books for that. They're not saying that you can't get one, period. It's that you need to consult your doctor. If there are medical complications and stuff like that, then obviously there are also legal rights, including rape or incest and stuff like that. Those are on the ticket. But then you have like stupid crap like New York, who's going, I'm sorry, New York City. It's not the state of New York. It's New York City, who are passing laws all the way up until almost full term. And so it's one of those things that people don't understand. They're like, well, why should a bunch of people in a legislature, whether it be federal or state, why should they decide that where the limit is? And it's like, okay, well, obviously there needs to be a limit somewhere, or it's going to be absolute chaos. Like,
right.
There are stats. I actually, there was a fellow YouTuber that posted them on Twitter, and I could pull them up if we need to, that most of the the aborts are due to convenience, because we're not ready. I didn't intend to have this happen. And it's like, it's fine. But where does legislation meet responsibility? Like,
right.
I'm an adult. I had one scare in a relationship, and guess what? I was the age of 25, and we had both decided, and she was 23, and we had both decided that if this is the direction it was going to go, we were going to do it. We were going to be adults and do it.
Yep.
And that was the last time I had that scare. I'm 36 now, so I'm 11 years older. Guess what? I don't just trip into the wonderful pink area. You don't just like, you're like, I'm balling in. Like, if you have a drunken moment, that's your problem.
Right.
That's not you being an adult. And it takes 2 to tango too. Where do you draw the line at, there's a woman's right to choose if she wants to end things. It's like, well, how does the father feel? What does he get a say? Because it goes the other direction, that if she decides to keep it and he doesn't want to, he's on the hook for child support.
Exactly.
Which I think child support is a good thing, because what? If you have a deadbeat person, mother or father, who doesn't want to take part, but I also feel the need that it's like it takes an XX and an XY chromosomes to make a child. It takes 2 people. Like, there's consent there. So it's like, if hypothetically I say no, and somebody, the woman says yes, and I'm like, I don't get a say in that.
Right. And that's the thing where, you have a lot of people who subjects such as this pull in a lot of personal feelings for people. It definitely has that, personal feeling and things like that. But on the same hand, that's when people start to put their personal feelings into other people's mouths.
Yes.
Like, I've seen people posting on Facebook, like, well, now look at what's going to happen to our daughters. And I'm like, I've never even thought of the fact that my daughter was going to have a termination. Like, I understand certain circumstances, and just like you said, when you're in your 20s and stuff like that, do things happen, and then you kind of think maybe, you know, like maybe this is going to happen. And then, you know, if it ever happened, I was the same way with the person I was with. I was like, that's just how it's going to be. Like, there's no other option. I personally would not be able to live with myself if I had made that decision. There's no absolutely no way. Are there people that I know personally that have done it? Yeah. And I do know that they do regret it, but then they
Yep.
also feel like it was the right decision at the time. But that is a very personal decision. But we also have to remember that people making it seem like, you know, like I said, that they're never going to have a say in it, and that, you know, nobody's ever going to be able to do these things. Again, it's put into your hands. It's put into your votes for your particular state. Granted, you know, until voting time comes around and, you know, stuff like that, are things going to be a little bit different? Sure. But on the same hand, if you personally think about it, how many people do you know just in your own little circle that this particular subject comes up on the regular?
One person, because she had to face that fact 4 years ago, due to we'll just say an unfortunate significant other who felt he could do what he wanted. We'll just say that. And even to this day, she's glad she knows she did the right thing, but at the same time, she's always wanted a family, and she hates it.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like,
I
but
mean,
you know
I
what?
think
I
that's
was the
right.
one who took her because she ended up living with me after this person, and you know, and that's not fair. That's not fair to,
No.
you know, it's like I'm all for states making the right, and quite frankly, I don't.
It's okay. The kids outside.
Okay.
It sounded strange. I was like,
Yeah, it did sound certain. We got Tom from Rogue Disney. Howdy from Disney
Hey.
Springs. I am drinking a fishbowl. I am drinking from a fishbowl, which means he's
woo.
drunk. Hey, get
But,
an Uber, buddy.
I
Get
mean,
an
and
Uber.
I get medical things too. A very good friend of mine had to make a decision because the child would have been severely disabled. And it was a very, very tough decision for her, but it meant that the child would not have, you know, any quality of life. And she had to make the decision. She could have, you know, went through and brought the child into the world, but it would have been a very, very sad situation. And so, yeah, you know, and it's there are tough decisions. I'm not saying that any of this is an easy decision for anyone. And I'm not saying, I'm definitely pro-choice. That is your decision. But I also don't believe in big government. So
I would agree.
Yeah.
I think people from the legislature, and encompassed by the whatever health department the state has, you get the medical teams together with the political, and y'all hash it out, and you guys make a responsible medical decision, and then you present it as a bill to the people of the state, and the people of the state vote on it. And that's the best way to do it, because you know what, if the people of the state are like, hold up, dude, you want to do things up until like 28 weeks of what? It's like, yeah, I'm not down with that.
Right.
No, or you can get like, you get a medical team say, hey, 14 weeks. Okay. That sounds reasonable to me. I think this is what federalism is. This is what a constitutional republic is, which is what this country is.
Right.
The states are a direct democracy, which means, you want to say majority or mob rule, however, we've heard it, different ways from, over the years. Majority rule is king in the states. Direct democracy. The government the U.S. government is a constitutional republic. It should not make a blanket statement because California is not like Florida.
Right.
New Mexico is not like Pennsylvania. Texas is not like Illinois.
Yep. And that's exactly what I was saying to a friend of mine last night. I said, we can't think of our country, as the size of the state of Texas. And then the government can, federal government just makes these decisions. Each state has their own individual needs. So they're basically like small countries within a very, very large country.
Mm-hmm.
So giving the states, more power, which means the people have more power because they're the ones that tell their representatives what they want.
I so like talking to you. You get it, and it's like to hear somebody get it. It's just like so awesome. I have to say this.
And I don't even know that much, but it's just logical.
Yeah, I know. It's just so like just to have a well-rounded conversation and to be able to talk to somebody who understands both sides. Go home, Tom. You're drunk. He probably is drunk. He probably is.
Do you have little Swedish fish in there, Tom?
I have a. What?
It's probably little Mickey heads gummies floating around.
I'm gonna look it up. I want to look up to see Disney fish bowl, fish movie, fish hooks. What?
Look up Fishbowl Disney Springs, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, while you're looking at this, here's
read
one
it.
that I thought was interesting. This person said, "There's a reason employers will give you $4,000 to get a termination, but not to take a month off to be with your newborn."
What the?
I don't know what that means. The only thing I'm thinking of is the fact that they don't want you to have kids, so they're paying you to not have kids, so you can just go back to work and keep working. That's what I got out of it. Like, here you go, work slave. Now you won't have to be out of work for 3 months with your kid.
You said worse.
I mean, it's true.
I know. It's so
environment. I know what it's like.
Okay, I think I found it. The fishbowl. We're gonna have a little bit of a laugh here at Tom because I guarantee he's drunk. The fishbowl.
Oh, look at those peach rings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks like it's got a lot of spicy alcohol in that. Look at that. Look,
it looks pretty fun. I wonder if it has one of those glowing. It looks like maybe, I don't know. I got a drink one time there and it had a little cube that glowed and it like lit up and stuff. I got it at the Sci-Fi Drive-In.
Wait, if he's
might be having one of those inside that lights up.
Hold on. If he's having a fishbowl, there's 2 straws. Who else is drinking the other straw, Tom?
Yeah. Maybe he's just taking it all to himself.
No, he's taking it all in. Oh, that's so wrong. Oh, that looks like it. It looks like a good amount of fruit juice. Looks like we probably got some Hypnotic, probably some vodka.
Yeah. Oh my God, Hypnotic. That's a friggin' throwback.
Yeah, it is a throwback, but it definitely would explain the
all the flavored vodkas. It was
right here, where the mouse is. That looks like that cube you were talking about, the glowing cube.
I think so.
That looks like the glowing cube. But over here, definitely looks like a mixture of like vodka, Hypnotic, and fruit juice. So,
yeah, definitely some pineapple juice in there.
Yeah, that's gonna put you on your ass. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you're not used to sucking that down, that's gonna put you on your ass. Well, that's fun.
Tom, make sure you're getting an Uber. Or you're taking the Disney bus or the monorail.
Take the monorail.
We'll see a video of Tom drunk on the monorail.
Oh, he's hold on. Let me see if there's a video real quick. I'm gonna see if I can possibly snipe. No, that's my other channel. Dang it. Hold, please. Hold. Okay. I need to go to my main channel. Well, it's kind of my main channel. It was my YouTube, watch YouTube stuff, and then Then I made all these other channels. Where's Rogue Disney? Is he alive? No. His last video was 12 hours ago. We might have to, maybe next week troll his video.
I got a couple other ones too. If you want
go for it. Go.
Okay,
Go,
so
girlfriend.
in addition to the termination talk, have you heard about that? The whole assisted in Switzerland, that it's like okay, like the whole like okay now. It's approved that the offing yourself pod is approved for use.
No.
The guy that like last owned Studio 54 apparently like planned that soon he's gonna take a bunch of what do they call it? Barbiturates, not barbiturates, something like that in Switzerland and off himself soon.
This sounds like an episode of Futurama where they have the
and
they have the self-deletion
there's
pod.
an older woman waving goodbye, and this person who tweeted it said wholesome and made me smile.
What the are you? Hold on, Google. Here we come. What in the hell?
Oh, and then people tweeting 4th of July is canceled because I don't have women's rights. First of all, it's called Independence Day.
Yeah.
Second of all, did you see it?
I'm clicking on the news. First off, I would like to say, as for look, I have no problem with Juneteenth. I don't, because it was the day that the finally enslaved people learned in Texas that they were free. It was on June 19th.
Yeah.
Guess what though? We have a day of celebration to celebrate freedom and the freedom of this country. It's called for everybody. It's called July 4th. Now
it's called Independence Day, Ryan.
It's called Independence Day
on July 4th. It occurs on July 4th, but it is Independence Day.
By the way, Independence Day is a great movie. If you haven't not watched it,
that is true. I think I saw it in the drive-in.
The second one is a piece of shit. Don't watch it. It's
but anyway, but you are correct. Like it's for everybody, but that's okay.
Now, I understand. As a country, we did fail in the fact that slavery was legal, but it was also legal around the world. So we're not the only country that fails. We're just the only one that seems to take all the blame for it.
Yeah.
Because like
even though it's still going on today.
Yeah, it is. Roughly
29.3
million people on this planet are still enslaved.
Yeah.
The founding fathers declared freedom for all men to be equal. And when they say all men, yes, there were some things that were left out due to the time frame. However, as time evolved, we included women, and we included black people, and we included all people, because that's what the foundation of the United States,
and that's what the Constitution actually says.
Yes.
So then later on, people are like, you know what? Just like what just happened the other day, this is unconstitutional. Therefore, we have to abide by our written law.
About 350,000 white guys. Not all white guys, but 350,000 men, mostly white, lost their lives to fight the Civil War. You know why? To abolish slavery, because it was a piece of shit. So I think we're done.
And fought their families. Are you looking up the X pods?
I saw a YouTube video. It's called the X Pod.
Oh no, I don't know. I called it that because I didn't want to say the S word.
Okay. I see global news. Okay, global news. We can probably. I don't want a video. I feel like if you're doing a video, it feels disingenuous. Okay, the New York Post. There you go. Yeah, we'll get down with the New York Post.
Okay.
We're gonna share this.
Yeah.
We've already ran over because I don't really care. We're talking a lot of fun stuff.
Oh.
There you go. Wait, what happened?
No. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
there it is.
there we go.
Oh, is this a video?
It is a video. I saw the pod.
Ooh, let's do the video. This guy looks like he's certifiably nuts. So here we go.
He's
your
probably
mental ability to make sure that you're of sound mind. So you do the test on the computer, and that will, if you pass it, and everyone does, unless you're seriously mentally unwell, you pass the test, and that gives you a code
if
which
you
is
pass
valid
it,
for
everybody
24
passes
hours.
it.
Yeah, what?
He just said, as long as you're mentally stable, it tests your mental ability, and if you pass it, but everybody passes it, so what? Okay, sorry. Just go. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, and it says in the top, controversial self-deletion pod at Amsterdam funeral fair in 2018.
Oh, so this is 2018, but it said that they were like approved on this thing I saw. I mean, I don't know if it's true, but a couple people I saw said it.
If it's being advertised here, I definitely wouldn't be surprised, because this is the first I've heard about it, and it's psycho.
Yeah.
If you take the test and everybody
Like I said,
passes,
look
unless
up
you're like
the-
super mentally disabled or whatever.
Look up Studio 54 owner. It'll tell you.
Okay, we'll look it up after this.
And you
Okay.
enter that code for the SAR code to work. So a person who doesn't know what they're doing can't use the SAR code.
Zie je dat? Dan zie je links. Vol in de kant. Als je verder gaat, dan kijk je naar links. Zie je zaken in de kant staan. En draai je dan. Zie je dat staan.
What?
I don't know what that VR thing was. Yeah, if you just Google Studio 54 owner, it'll show articles from like 2 hours ago.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna do that. Oh, Studio 54. News. There you go. The Daily Beast. Here we go. I think. Weird. We'll see what this says. All right. Ex Studio 54 owner reveals plan to die by assisted deletion.
Yeah, there we go. Deletion.
Yeah, it's self-deletion. Okay, so the New York, the Post choosing die by assisted deletion. I can't walk. My speech is fucked up. I can't do anything myself. But I'm taking.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's sad.
On July, take a lethal dose of barbiturates on July 13th, provided by Swiss nonprofit Dignitas wife. Okay, maybe.
But it is something that's he's scheduled, and it's something that's available to do. Look at, did it say July 13th?
Yeah. He
scheduled and
plans
you
to
can-
fly to Zurich, Switzerland on July 8th and take a lethal dose. Yep, I read that. Provided by Swiss nonprofit group. His wife, Mimi Fleischman, told the Post that neurologists have been able to diagnose her husband's condition that confirms him to a wheelchair. It's going to be horrible. Mimi Fleischman said, "It is the end of a part of me as well." Why would you be so selfish to do that to a significant other that's still alive? I have to honor what he wants. No, you don't.
Well, I don't know. I kind of feel differently about it. Just being a person that deals with chronic pain every day, dealing with, some days I can't walk properly, some days I can't think properly. And there are days that it gets very, very frustrating to just survive. I've chosen recently to not let those things hinder me. And that's why I said I'll post singing videos. I do fun things. Like I try and do things to just make myself happy. And then I do that anyway. So like I record it. But a lot of people will be like, oh my God, like you look like you have a great life and everything's so fun and stuff like that. Like Instagram itself lets you post 15-second videos. So let's say I put 8 up a day at 15 seconds. Was that 4 minutes of my day?
Yeah.
You
Somewhere
know?
there. Yeah.
So if he's really that bad, and like you said, I can't talk, I can't walk, I can't do all these things, and being confined to a wheelchair, and even people who are bedridden, or if they're bedridden and let's say they have dementia, they can't think, they don't know where they are, or anything like that. Like it's sad to see that person like that. But I also think it's selfish to keep that person in your life just because you want them around. Like you're watching this person that you love suffer just to keep them around when, it sucks that they're gone. But if they're choosing not to suffer any longer, I think it's better just to let them go.
That's we have just tackled the second highly controversial moral issue of the night.
I mean, it's a tough thing, but
that is a tough thing.
Again, extenuating circumstances. It's not like I had a bad day and I feel like, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
Something like that, when you're going every single day and you have no quality. What do you do to, a dog who can't walk and can't go outside to use the bathroom, and they just lay there and they're all sad and they're in pain, and do you keep them?
No. They're suffering and they're gonna die.
What's the difference if it's your significant other?
Well, fuck. That's a really good point. Really good point. Okay, so we're gonna go over some of the tweets from Andy No, and then we're going to close it out with the funny video from AOC, because
we didn't hit that one.
Yeah, no,
I didn't see it,
no, it got super serious tonight. Well, we had some fun, but it also at the same time, some
that's what we do. We talk about things and then we have fun, and then we
yes. Breaking news out of Phoenix, Arizona. Pro-abortion protesters surround the Capitol in an attempted insurrection and began pounding on the windows.
Oh.
Law enforcement has used tear gas to disperse the crowd. Holy schnot. This is from Senator Kelly Townsend. We are currently being held hostage inside the Senate building due to members of the public trying to breach our security. We smell tear gas, and the children of one of the members are in the office sobbing with fear. I expect a June 24 committee to be created immediately.
When was this? Yesterday? Last night?
Yeah, 21 hours ago. Here's a video.
Like, for what reason? What's the reason? That's not how you get laws passed, people.
Nope. Oh, here we go. Oh, super. This is going to be fun. If you can't, I'm gonna say this straight to the camera. If you can't express yourself in a emotionally equipped way, and I'm not talking about having like an outburst because you're like, you say something that's very not nice to somebody, and then you apologize after, and it may take some time for them to forgive you. I'm talking about if you can't control your actions, where you can't lay hands on people and be violent, you have a fucking problem. You are the problem.
Yep.
All right. With that being said, let's watch this video. Good God.
Okay.
What is that smoke coming off the top?
Yeah, I don't know.
That doesn't look right for a Capitol building.
Is that on the other? And that's not tear gas. That's like coming out of the top of it.
Somebody light something on fire?
I mean, it looks like it's on top of the building.
Yeah, let me try to I lost the tweet. Gosh
Let
darn
me see
it.
if I can find anything else. There's a guy that I follow that always shares spicy things.
Oh, so yeah.
Watch.
It's after the mob had been cleared, but there is smoke. Statement from DPS confirms the pro abortion rioters were trying to smash their way into the Arizona Capitol building while lawmakers were inside voting on
But for
bills.
what reason?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, does hold on, we got a comment. Randall Harper. Maybe they elected their own pope. Yeah, that's I don't know.
I don't know if you follow.
I was born in Phoenix, Arizona, and trust me, it's definitely not a place where you need a chimney to light a fire. So I can't imagine.
It's also summer, so
so it's like 115 degrees there. Like you could literally cook eggs on the street.
Yeah,
like when my cousin and I were kids and we lived there, we used to have a competition to run across the street barefoot. We would see. Yeah,
we
that's
used
not
to do that in the summer too, though. On
Yep.
the blacktop. Actually, we used to, because like the blacktop. I mean, even here it gets in the summer. 95 degrees out. It's baked. My cousins and I used to put our towels down on my grand's blacktop driveway and like lay on it. We were like 8 after we went in the pool, and then you're like sizzling yourself.
Yeah.
We were just like, we put the towel down first, but then it's wet and then it gets like super, super hot. It's like today when I got my massage and the lady put the hot stones on me and she's like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Your neck is really hot." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Trained myself as a kid. It's like walking across hot coals.
I got a haircut at the beginning of the week and stuff like that, and I'd been going to this place for a while, and they're like, "Do you want a hot towel?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I guess." All right. So they hand it to me, and I put my hand out. And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do it." And I'm like, "Oh, you are?" And she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, okay." I don't usually have people do stuff for me, so
Yeah.
you're good. Like I was just like, hey, it was nice. It was very nice.
Did they charge you extra?
No, it was part of the haircut.
Oh, well, that's good. Nice.
Yeah. So who wants to end on a funny note? Let's watch AOC make a complete ass of herself. Because we're definitely over the mark. I know we said that we were going to keep it a little shorter, but we're already hour.
That's not too bad though. We've gone.
It's not too bad. Yeah, we've gone longer. That's what she said. Sorry, I couldn't help it. It's just. I'm a child. I get it. I know.
Okay. I am also.
Just for the record, as we discussed a little bit last night, I love her smile over here. She has a great smile.
Yeah.
Very nice. Also, probably not the best idea to wear your work badge.
No.
But
and where is this?
In front of the Supreme Court. By probably around 5-6 p.m. last night. Yeah, it happened. It happened pretty quickly. They mobilized, but AOC looks like she's she's at a frat party or a sorority. She looks like she's having a blast. So here we go.
Illegitimate. 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 Into the streets! 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 Illegitimate!
She looks stupid.
Just
she literally looks like she's She literally looks like she's at a protest in college. She's like, I was the girl that wasn't invited to the parties or the protests, and I'm so happy now. Like, are you enjoying this? Like, what's wrong with you?
You know what? The thing that I don't get about things like this is if that was a group of men together, let's say talking about the Second Amendment,
The FBI would be shortly by.
yelling about it, telling everybody to get into the streets.
Oh, the FBI still has not confirmed whether or not they incited violence on January 6th. Did you have informants or agents inciting violence on January 6th? And they're like, I cannot confirm that. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You are the spokesperson for the FBI. You are under federal law, under subpoena. You are to respond honestly or you're fired.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same way they do to cops. Like, you have the right to remain silent, but if you're found not guilty, you also don't have a job at the end of it because you chose not to be honest. It's your job, or seriously, it's the same way.
I know. And that's the thing too, where there was someone I saw like tweeted today, like, don't let things that you see every day harvest your energy. And I was like, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I absolutely don't, because that's exactly what reactionary things do. And that's, what they want. I'm a full believer that there's some sort of thing out there that sucks people's souls. So I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Satellite or some shit. Because you're expending energy. Like, your bodies are made, and emotions are energy. And whenever people react to things, whether it's you're sad or you're mad or whatever, it's like harvesting that.
Yeah, I would agree.
Might sound crazy and might be like aliens, but maybe there are.
They exist. I 100% I 100% believe in God and the devil and stuff like that, and it's not just because I was raised that way. And I did have some struggles for a lot of years because I had a very over the top religious aunt that was very judgmental, which is not how you're supposed to be per faith in the Bible. It is not our place to judge. But I have watched for some reason, even though they terrify me, and I have had some experiences, I am fascinated by ghost stories, and there are so many people who have had legitimate interactions with entities, and even what are perceived as demonic figures. And the only way they're rid of them is through exorcism and priests and the Bible. It's almost like the supposed words that are all made up. We should actually do a stream, just like a fun stream one time. No politics, no nothing. We'll react to like ghost videos or alien videos and stuff. And like, maybe invite one or two people on just to kind of like laugh and joke around.
I think that'd be fun.
Maybe if you're up for it, we should do that next week, because it's been a super serious super serious week.
Yeah,
and
it's be fun in next week.
Yeah, so we'll discuss more of this behind the scenes, but we're gonna go. This is the final straw. Long story short, it's not the end of the world, guys. Talk to your representatives, talk to the people in your government, and let them know how you feel. Get out and vote.
With people in your community, peacefully, and discuss things, and talk about what's coming up in your next set of elections, because your voice can be heard, but your voice gets heard in the ballot box, and that's where it counts.
And your voice matters. Don't ever let anybody, no matter what side of the aisle, say, well, and that's and I'll condemn this right now. That's one of the dumbest things that Donald Trump ever said, is that the mail-in balloting, that like it's fraudulent and it doesn't matter. It's like, no, dude, like you don't send that message. What are you doing? Like, you're telling people their vote doesn't matter. That's stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
tell them their voice.
Where they're like things with the mail-in, I definitely suggest in-person voting, But
I do too.
obviously there are
That's-
circumstances that people cannot get there, and
I
you know,
100% vote in
Yeah.
person. Go to the ballot box. It is your right. You do not get these rights in the majority of other countries. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yep. Nope.
And anybody who and there were protests in obviously Los Angeles where there were Antifa kids burning the American flag. Well, quite frankly, I would ship your asses off to another country and I would bring over a family from Afghanistan who loves freedom and who wants to enjoy freedom and loves America, then deal with your punk asses, who are self-entitled and don't know anything about fucking life.
Yeah.
So no, absolutely vote. Love your damn neighbor. You know why? Because they're not bad people, no matter what the news says, and have an honest conversation. If you don't agree, don't block them and tell them to fuck off. That's the worst thing you can do too.
Yep, exactly.
Nothing but love, right?
That's it. Go out and smile at people.
Yeah.
Makes a difference.
Have a conversation. You know what? Maybe toast a drink. Maybe
I went to Sheetz today and I got some chicken and French fries, and the girl was like, "I like your nails and your backpack," and I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do.
It's easy to drive down the road, and there was somebody who let me into traffic. I was trying to merge off the freeway. They moved over. Guess what I did? I was like, "Thank you so much." Like, because they were nice. It's not that hard. Be kind. You don't have to scream at everybody all the time. Anyway, much love to all of you. I know that we've gone a little, somewhat long-winded, and it's the weekend, so we're gonna end. We're gonna use the intro/outro, and because it's so good, we'll talk to you next time. And I think we're gonna do something a little more fun next week. Also, join us for Nadine's stream on Thursday night. I will put, obviously she's going to be streaming to my channel, my main channel, but we're, for all of us that follows here, the purpose is to get, some of my worldwide followers to come here to her channel and experience what she does. And the missus says, great show, guys. No, thank you to the missus. She is so awesome. And we
appreciate everybody who comes every week.
Yeah, even if you stop by and you're like, ugh, like we appreciate your views. You know why? Because it's a view.
That's right.
We'll talk to you guys later. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.